Over Kruger on the train.
All right, welcome back to the show. Many apologies for that. Had some technical difficulties. We went offline for a little bit. Not sure exactly what happened, but we're back online, so thanks for hanging with us. Shout out to the folks on my Facebook Live feed. What up, my man Eric? What up, Larry Dwayne? My man, my brother. What's up, Larry? Oh, E Young, what's good? That's the fan.
Wait. That's double MG.
Double MG.
Double MG. What's up? What's happening?
What up, Double MG? So before we went offline, so now it was 7:40, 40 minutes after the hour. At 8:00, we are going to be talking to Hailey Weaver. She plays for the Solon Comets. She'll be coming on and join us. We'll talk to Hailey. We already talked to Rammel Arnold from Warrensville Hts. We talked to him at in the first segment at 7:15.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to hear either one of those interviews, you can go back to the Quad Brothers Sports Show app.
It's
now,
a free app.
It's a free app. Download the app. It's free. Quad Brothers Sports Show. So now, because we had some technical difficulties, the way this will work is once we're done with the show tonight, we're going to go ahead and put both of these segments into the app. So the first part before the technical difficulties that included Rammel's interview, that'll be labeled part 1. This will be labeled part 2. And Hailey Weaver's interview will be in part 2. So you can check both of those out. Okay, so what I was getting ready to get into is something that I kind of wish I didn't have to get into.
Mm-hmm.
But because it was brought up again, here we go again. So, Myles Garrett.
Oh, boy.
Eli, I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Oh,
I don't buy it.
Boy.
I don't buy a word of it. I don't believe that Mason Rudolph used the N-word. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. For people that'll say, well, how come there's no audio? It's my understanding that once the ball is snapped, the NFL turns off.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So the NFL turns off the microphones once the ball is snapped. They turn it off. So, hey, what's up, cuz? My cousin Pam will watch. What's up, Pam? So I just don't buy it. I don't buy the whole Myles Garrett thing. I just don't. It doesn't make none of it makes sense to me, Eli.
Well, yeah. What I got to say about Myles is, Myles, you're back. Please, just leave it alone.
You know what
man.
he should have done? When she asked him that question, you know what he should have said? I'm not talking about that anymore.
The past is the past. Let's move on.
I'm back. I'm reinstated. Thank you, Mr. Goodell, for reinstating me. I don't have anything else to say about it. I'm waiting for the season. I'm getting ready for the season. That's my focus. I don't have anything else to say about it. That's what he should have said.
That's what he should have said.
But this whole doubling down on here's my thing, and I've heard Browns fans say, well, there's a cover up going on.
Mm-hmm.
If this was Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or even Jimmy Garoppolo, I would listen to the argument of a cover-up. But are you telling me that the NFL is going to cover for Mason freaking Rudolph? Mason Rudolph, stop this madness. Stop this foolishness right now. Mason Rudolph?
Mason Rudolph.
No. I don't believe it. Because okay, so let me add, here's another question, Eli. What does the NFL possibly benefit?
Nothing. Nothing.
Exactly.
Absolutely
Where's the benefit
nothing.
to the league for covering for Mason Rudolph?
Absolutely nothing.
That's what I want to know. For those that think that this is a cover up, and I've heard this, and I don't care who like it and who don't. I've heard this. Oh, the NFL is covering up for the white boy because he against the black because the black.
It ain't got nothing to do with that, man. Mason Rudolph is a backup quarterback, third streamer.
Shut up.
A practice squad guy.
The NFL is covering for the white boy. And no.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Ain't even my body.
Leave it alone. Let's play some football.
This is the same league that survived, I guess you could say, the whole thing with Riley Cooper when he was caught on video saying the N-word.
Yeah.
When they survived basically unscathed the entire Colin Kaepernick situation.
Right.
And you're telling me they're going to cover for Mason Rudolph?
No.
Huh?
Nah, son.
G. Bush, my man, what's good, homie? Hey, yo, G, we got to get you on the show, son. No real talk. We got to get you on the show, man. I'm gonna reach out to you. We got to get you on. But yeah, like, so you're telling me that the NFL is going to actively cover up for Mason Rudolph? Really? Really? I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it for a second.
Right.
Because it just, again, none of it makes sense. So, again, this is the same league that survived Riley Cooper, survived Colin Kaepernick, and they're going to cover for Mason Rudolph. Here's another question. Why are none of Myles Garrett's teammates coming to his defense?
Because it never happened.
My thing is, if I'm going to at least come to your defense. Like, if I really believe, like, if that happened to you, Eli, and I really, I'm going to at least come to your defense.
Right.
I haven't heard one peep from any of Myles Garrett's teammates. Not one. And again, if somebody can tell me the benefit of the NFL covering for Mason Rudolph, I'm all ears. I am willing to listen. If you could tell me what the league how does that benefit the National Football League?
It doesn't.
I'm willing to listen. If somebody's got an explanation out there, let me hear it. I am all ears. I'll listen. None of it makes sense to me. And I'm trying to think, man, is there a possibility? Maybe, I don't know if Myles Garrett maybe thought he heard it. You know, sometimes, man, look, sometimes some brothers, man, they think they hear that word, they going off.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he thought he heard it. I don't know. But I can't, in good conscience, just sit here and roll with Myles Garrett just because. I don't believe it because it doesn't make sense. That the NFL, because here's the thing. I believe that the two people in the NFL offices that first reviewed the video, if I'm not mistaken, I know one was Troy Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, I want to say was Derek Brooks, but I'm not.
It was Derek Brooks. You know, you're right. You're right. It was Derek Brooks.
Okay. So basically what we have is this. We got two brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listening to audio, watching the video, and these two brothers see or hear. We're supposed to believe that they heard Myles Garrett get called a stupid N-word and decided they were going to punish Myles and not Mason Rudolph? Two brothers, Troy Vincent and Brent. You know
ludicrous.
What I'm saying?
That's ludicrous.
That's why it doesn't make sense. So I really wish, I hope this is the end of it. I really hope that this is the end of it.
I'll tell you what, that first game in Pittsburgh with Myles Garrett, it's going to be lit.
Myles Garrett better ball out this season. Myles Garrett better ball out this season. That man better have like 17 sacks or something. Go ahead and have 5 sacks this season, Myles.
They're going to talk about you. Ooh-wee.
His best response should have been, man, you know what? I'm not really interested in talking about that. I'm not going to talk about that. It's over with. It's done. I'm reinstated. Thank you, Commissioner Goodell.
Somebody need to talk to him.
I just want to get ready for the season.
Somebody need to talk to him and sit him down and say, shut your mouth. I mean, it passes. Just let it go.
It's gone.
Just let it go.
It's done.
Let it go.
None of this makes sense, Eli. That's why I can't just.
It doesn't.
I can't just ride with Myles because it doesn't make sense.
If they didn't hear the video before, what makes you think they're gonna hear it now? It was no video, so let it go. You're reinstated. You know, granted, yes, you lost $1.8 million because of this stunt. Because what he did.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and I appreciate you chiming in, Larry. I can't roll with that. Because here's the thing, there's no. Listen, I'll tell you this, Larry. The NFL, they're not going to do anything that doesn't benefit the National Football League.
Right.
There is absolutely, positively no benefit to them covering for Mason Rudolph. None. Again, if this was Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Garoppolo, Ben Roethlisberger, if that was Ben Roethlisberger, I would totally listen to it. I would totally listen to the cover-up argument if that was Ben.
But it's a third-string quarterback.
He's a third-string quarterback. You can find Mason. It's 100 Mason Rudolphs out there. That's why I can't. That's why I can't buy the whole cover-up aspect because it's Mason Rudolph. Nobody cares about Mason Rudolph. Because what would have been easy. Hey, Ravens, my cousin Raven. What's up, Raven? So, what would have been easy? What would have been easy? Okay, let's say Mason Rudolph did say it, right?
Yeah.
What would have been easy was for the NFL to say, okay, listen, we're going to suspend Myles Garrett for X amount of games, and we're going to suspend Mason Rudolph for X amount of games because this is what Mason Rudolph said. And then the whole thing is done. Garrett gets suspended, Rudolph gets suspended, and then that's it.
But it didn't happen like that.
But I can't. Because Mason, I don't want to sound mean and say he's a nobody, but he's a third-string quarterback. Nobody cares. Mason Rudolph is a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
He's a dime a dozen in the NFL. He's not a superstar. He's not as mean as this may sound, Mason Rudolph is not somebody worth protecting. That's the thing. He's not worth protecting. Mason Rudolph is the guy that you throw to the wolves. He's like he could be the sacrificial lamb. You can throw Mason Rudolph to the wolves and nobody will miss him.
Absolutely.
Myles Garrett is a superstar in the making. If he plays up to his potential, he's a superstar in the making. His potential is limitless. Like if he can come back next season and have 14, 15 sacks, easy. He's that good. We're going to punish the superstar and let the backup quarterback go. I can't. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just my brain. I can't roll with that. I can't roll with that. And now, if it does come out that Mason Rudolph said something, then it's going to be a really bad look for the NFL. A very bad, especially coming off of the Colin Kaepernick thing. It'll be a very bad look for the NFL.
Right.
I can't. Eli, I can't, man. I just can't see them sit up in the office, Eli, talk about, no, man, well, we can't let this get out. Mason said the N-word, and we've got to protect Mason. That makes no sense because there's absolutely no benefit to the league. No. There's none. So hopefully what can happen now is Myles Garrett can move on. Mason Rudolph can move on. The NFL can move on. We all can move on.
Myles, just don't do it again.
Just
man. Don't do
if
it
somebody
again.
Listen, if I'm Kevin Stefanski, here's what I'm saying from the jump, from rookie minicamp. Even though Myles Garrett won't be there rookie minicamp, what I'm telling the press is when training camp starts and Myles get here, don't ask him about Mason Rudolph. I'm forbidding him to answer any questions about Mason Rudolph. He's not going to do it. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you a month and a half before training camp starts. Myles Garrett will not be answering any questions about Mason Rudolph. If I'm Stefanski, that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to tell Myles,
which is the right move.
You're not answering any questions about Mason Rudolph anymore. That's done. We're past it. We're moving on. That's what I would do if I was Kevin Stefanski. I'm telling the press a month and a half out, we're not answering that question. Don't even ask it. And if you do ask it, I've already told Myles not to answer it. We're not talking about that anymore. It's done. Stefanski needs to take a hard line here. We are not doing it. Freddie Kitchens would let Myles just go on and talk. Stefanski needs to be like, no, we are not doing that. At all. Because it hurts the team. It doesn't, like, it you know what I mean? To keep bringing this up or rehashing it hurts the team.
Right.
And I'm sure his teammates don't want to answer that question. They're probably tired of answering that question. Nobody wants to hear that. So let it go. Can we let it go, please? Let's just do that. All right, so let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back at 8 o'clock. Hailey Weaver from the Solon Comets will join us. Now, I will say this to the folks that are on my Facebook Live feed. If you want to hear the interview with Hailey Weaver, great young girl. She plays for Solon. You can download the app, Quad Brother Sports Show, in the App Store, in Google Play. And you can hear it live. As we're talking to Hailey, you can hear it live. Or if you just want to download it and listen to it later, you can do that too. So make sure you download that app. Eli, what is the name of the song?
The name of the song is called Stacking by the Beat Cartel. This is Quad Brother Sports Show on One Unimedia Network.
Hailey Weaver coming up at 8.
This is T.J. Carey, defensive back for the Cleveland Browns, and you're tuned in to the Quiet Brother Sports Show.
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
All right, welcome back to the show. Hailey Weaver from the Solon Comets coming up in just a couple of minutes. And we'll be talking to her, great young lady. We talked to Rammel Arnold from the Warrensville Hts Tigers. We talked to Rammel Arnold from the Warrensville Hts Tigers in the first segment of the show. Now, again, we had some technical difficulties, so yeah, chocolate Pop-Tarts. Yeah, you're right, Dave. Chocolate Pop, and this is the chocolate Pop-Tart with the pretzel crust. Come on, man. Come on,
man. It was all right. I like them cherry Pop-Tarts, man.
Oh, yeah, cherries are bomb.
Oh, yeah, cherries, no doubt, man.
Cherry is all that. But I'm telling you, man, you got to eat it right out the pack. All that
right out the pack, man. You better pop that boy in the microwave for, 20 seconds?
Who does that, though, is what I'm saying.
Bro, I do that sometimes in the morning.
Who does that? Who does that? Like, I can't do that, man. I'm not eating those stuff. I'm eating them right out the pack. I ain't got time to wait for the toaster, and I ain't doing that. Grab them and go. You know what I'm saying? You got to, right?
Yeah,
you do. You do. You can admit it. It's okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna admit it. You know me. You know
yeah,
ever since. Yeah, I'm not gonna admit it.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right though.
Yeah,
it's all good. So now another thing we were talking about in the first segment was the All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend is upon us, as you know. They had the skill challenges yesterday, dunk contest,
3-point shootout.
Yo,
that 3-point shootout was the business.
I didn't get to see a lot of it, man. I didn't get to see really any of it. I saw some of the dunks, and people are saying that Aaron Gordon got robbed. Now, I will say this. The dunk that Aaron Gordon had that they threw it off the side of the backboard and he went
that was sick.
Dope. That was dope. That was a 50 right there. But did he jump? He dunked over what's his name? Taco Fall.
He actually didn't dunk over him. He bent his head down.
That man is 7'5". He taller than Shaq, bro.
But look at the dunk Derrick Jones Jr. did, man, from the foul line, bro.
Yeah, but who? I mean, everybody's done that though.
With the windmill,
it's still a dunk from the foul line. Like it's not. Yeah, I mean, Jordan was doing that back in '87.
Again, people. It happened. Same thing happened in 1988 when. Oh.
All right. Well, look, we'll come back to that right now. Join us on the phone line. She plays for the Solon Comets. She was nice enough to join us tonight. Her name is Hailey Weaver, and she joined us on the line. Hailey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fine. Thanks for taking time out of your night to join us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be on here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem at all. No problem at all. Let's get right into it. So, not a lot of season left for you guys. Hailey, what's the key to you guys finishing up strong?
I think we just really need to be focused in order for us to end the season the way we want to. Because I certainly think we can get far in the tournament, but the more we kind of lost focus the last few games of the season, and we lost some games that we probably shouldn't have. And the more focused we are, we just tend to play better, and I just think that's one of the big keys. So.
So what goes into that? You say the more focus you get. What goes into that for you guys as a team and for you personally when you talk about focusing and locking in to get the job done?
Well, we're a younger team. We have a lot of freshmen, so they're new to everything. So they kind of follow what the older people on the team do,
Mm-hmm.
and like if we're off or like we're not really like, cause we're not really 100% in the warm ups, and they kind of do the same thing because like they don't know any better. So they just tend to follow the lead, like follow the older girls, and if I'm not like if I'm off or some of the other girls are off, and they tend to do the same things, and like that kind of played into some of the losses we had later into the season. So yeah, I just think cleaning that up will definitely help us get farther in the tournament.
Hailey, can you talk about your relationship with Coach Cruz and how her offense fits your style of play?
Well, wait, I'm sorry. Could you repeat the question
So
one more time?
can you talk about the relationship with your head coach and how her offense fits your style of play?
Oh, well, I've known her longer since freshman year, so um, stepping into high school, I kind of already knew what she wanted from me.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely have a good relationship, and I feel like I can go to her for anything. And she's a great coach, and she actually won head coach of the year, like a couple of like my freshman year, I think. So
Right.
she definitely knows what she's doing. So, and has plays for everybody, but she has plays for me and for girls who are shooters on the team, and she plays to her strengths. Like one of my better strengths is driving to the basket, so she has a lot of plays in there for me to do that, and she has plays for me to get open looks and plays for other girls to get shots. So she definitely knows what she's doing, and I think like her knowing our strengths has really helped us, in our offense too. So.
Can you talk about that a bit, Hailey? We talk about your strength is driving the lane and from the time that you started playing basketball, how you get to that mentality where you're like, I'm going inside and I'm going in there fearless and I'm not gonna let anybody stop me. Talk about that mentality that you have to do that.
Well, actually, earlier in my years of playing basketball, I just wanted to pass and I had a point guard mentality, but as I've gotten older, I'm tall and I'm definitely more gifted than some of these other girls out here,
Mm-hmm.
and I can score, and it's been kind of not difficult, but it's been different to like been asked to like score, because my freshman year I was kind of just asked to just do whatever the team needed because our team was so good, and then in AAU it's like kind of I just fit into a role, and I don't really need to do that. So this year and last year was kind of my first time really being asked to like score the ball, and it was different. But I think that the driving aspect is a really big key to my game that a lot of people forget about, because
Right.
I can't hit the three and hit the mid ranger, but I am pretty good going to the basket too. So.
Hailey Weaver from the Solon Comets is our guest. Hailey, now we all know anybody that knows girls basketball knows that you can score, knows you can put the ball in the hoop. Talk about the importance of putting in the work on the defensive end of the floor.
I think it's really important, and actually our defense this year hasn't been the best, but we are getting better, and I do focus on defense a lot, because if you don't play good defense, you're honestly you don't have a good chance to win, and our offense has been streaky this year, so I really do try to I really do put a lot of effort and focus in onto the defensive end, because that gives you a leg up over some of these other teams. You just kind of forget about it. So.
Now you mentioned AAU earlier. Can you talk about some of your experiences in AAU? Is that can that get to be a bit of a grind, depending on if you're doing a lot of traveling? Can that get to be a bit of a grind playing in AAU and also playing for your school?
Oh yeah, it definitely is a grind, it is a lot, because in the summer you're in July period, you're playing a lot of games in kind of a short amount of time, and it's different, and it's a lot, but it's nice because you're playing up some of the best competition around in the world, and because you go to some events and you just never see these girls, and it's like, wow, there's this much talent, and it's different, but I really enjoy it, and it's sad that my last year is this year, but I'm gonna make the best of it. So.
Absolutely. Hailey, can you talk about the balance between athletics and academics and how you handle the two and kind of keep everything even and maybe even fit some time in there for yourself?
Yeah. Well, actually, I do take some AP and honors classes, so that can get kind of a lot when the season started because it's kind of hard to be like into basketball and academics because I'm definitely a student performing athlete,
Right.
so I just try to get my homework done on the weekends so I don't have anything during the weekdays, but coach is obviously really good with the whole academics piece, and we're done with practice pretty early. So I finish my homework, and then I just watch basketball or go play basketball. So
Now, Hailey, what about your family? How has your family been so influential in you getting to this point right now?
oh well, my dad, we'd always go to the gym when we were younger. So that he and my brother, I actually got into the game because my brother would always he didn't stick with basketball obviously, but in middle school when I was younger,
Uh-huh.
he would always go play basketball. I just followed him, and then I just started picking up the ball and trying to do what he could do, and then he didn't stick with it and I did, and now I'm here. So it's because of them that I'm at this point, honestly. So
Have you been talking, Hailey, to any schools about playing at the next level? Or are there any? Can you speak on that a little bit about any schools you've talked to?
yes, I have actually, and I'm gonna make a decision soon. And at this point, it's down to Northwestern and Michigan and Pitt and Akron. So
Whoa.
Nice,
yeah.
nice. So now I'm going to ask you this, Hailey, because it's kind of like a tradition on our show. We usually ask every player that's coming on and going to be moved to the next level because we have a staff member that's an alumni. So I'm going to ask you: did you have any contact at all with Bowling Green?
Have I had any talks or thoughts about Bowling
Right.
Green?
Any kind of talks? Did they send you any letters? Did they offer a scholarship? Anything like that?
Yes, they did offer me, and I went on a visit, and they're great coaches out there, and I
Mm-hmm.
really enjoyed everything, but we just decided to go in a different direction.
Well,
So,
well, that'll
but
make
they're great people and great team. So,
that'll make Eli happy because at least they offer.
Yeah,
Most
at
times
least
they don't
they
even
yeah,
offer,
at
so
least they offer you
offer.
something.
That'll make Eli happy. Listen,
yeah.
Hailey, thank you so much.
So,
We missed you last week, obviously for safety reasons with the weather, and we appreciate you coming on again tonight. Oh, you know what? I wanted to ask you last week, and I didn't get to obviously because you weren't able to come on. But I don't know how big of a fan you were, but did you ever have a favorite Kobe Bryant moment?
well, I wasn't really like I did watch Kobe, but I didn't really like. He wasn't one of my like favorite players.
Uh huh.
Like honestly, I was more. I'm more of a Kyrie and a LeBron person.
Okay.
But I did honestly really appreciate everything he did for the women's basketball community with his daughter and everything, going to games and just spreading awareness about everything. And his mentality for the game was just crazy. So
That's what's up. Listen again, Hailey. Thanks so much for the time. Great interview. We really appreciate it, and good luck to you guys the rest of the season. Okay.
oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
No problem. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Hailey Weaver of the Solon Comets joined us on the show. That was a great interview, man.
It was.
That was
It
a great
was.
interview.
It was.
So at least so Bowling Green at least offered her a scholarship. Good going, Bowling Green. Good on you, Bowling Green. It's about doggone time. So now she said it was Northwestern, Michigan, Akron, and I can't remember the fourth one. She said 4 schools.
Well, it was 2 Big Ten schools in
Northwestern
there.
and Michigan.
Yeah.
If she goes to Michigan with Naz Hillman up there in Michigan already, just saying. I'm just saying. So now, if she wants to do basketball and academics, Northwestern would be the choice.
Yeah, I would agree.
Northwestern would definitely be the choice. If she wanted to do basketball and academics, it would definitely be Northwestern. But Northwestern, she said Northwestern, Michigan, Akron, and God, I forgot that quick, man. I forgot that quick. Who the 4th school was. So she's already narrowed it down to 4 schools. She goes to Michigan and teams up with Naz Hillman. It's going to be a problem up there.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
It's going to be a problem. We got to try to get Naz on the show. You had her on top 25. We got to try to get Nas on the show. We try to do that. All-Star game is underway. We got a score yet on the All-Star game?
I'll check right now.
Yeah. Team Giannis and team against Team LeBron. Who's on LeBron's team? Do we have I didn't even know the rosters. I don't even know the rosters. I didn't know the rosters of the teams. I know the Team LeBron, Team Giannis. I'm not even sure what the rosters are.
Well, it hasn't actually begun just
So
yet. We got
yet.
the festivities, the Kobe Bryant tribute. Yeah, this game probably won't even start until like 8:30.
Oh, that Kobe tribute probably gonna be dope. It's
Yeah.
probably gonna be dope. The Kobe tribute, without question. So again, once to everybody that was watching on my live feed, my man Galen, Scott, Kristen, if you guys were watching on live feed, if you wanted to hear what I was hearing, because when you came on, obviously I wasn't doing much talking because I was listening to the guests. So if you want to hear the interview, you want to hear that both of those interviews, Rammel Arnold from Warrensville, Hailey Weaver from Solon. Download the app, man, Quad Brother Sports Show, in the App Store, in Google Play, and you can hear those interviews. Now, we had some technical difficulties, so we're going to split those up into 2 parts. So There's going to be a part 1, and there's going to be a part 2. Rammel Arnold is part 1, and Hailey Weaver is part 2. 2 great interviews. Rammel was on our boys' top 25 for basketball. Hailey was on our top 25 for girls basketball. And like I said last week, for those that didn't hear, the Quad Brothers are going to be taking our shot at baseball this year. We've been kind of debating, tossing around, yes, no, maybe. But we're going to try our hand at baseball.
Side note, I got the rosters for the All-Star game.
All right, what's up?
For Team LeBron, you got Anthony Davis.
Okay.
James Harden.
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard. Luka Doncic.
Okay. Whoa. LeBron. Okay, LeBron.
Yeah. And we got the reserves. Devin Booker. He actually made it into All-Star, which is good. Chris Paul. Damian Lillard. He's injured.
Did he leave anybody for Giannis to take? Go ahead.
Joker, Nikola Jokic.
Yep.
Ben Simmons, DeMontis Sabonis, Jason Tatum, and Russell Westbrook.
Wow. Who was left for Giannis? Let me hear Giannis's round.
Yeah, we'll get there. Hold on.
Damn, LeBron.
Yeah.
Let me hear Giannis's roster.
All right, Team Giannis. You got Joel Embiid.
Okay.
Pascal Siakam.
Okay.
Kemba Walker.
Okay.
Trae Young. You got Bam Adebayo.
Okay.
Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler. Rudy Gobert. Kyle Lowry and Chris Middleton.
Team Giannis is getting ready to get smoked.
Oh my God.
Team Giannis is getting ready to get smoked. LeBron took everybody. How'd they do it? Was it like a one-on-one?
It was probably just a one-on-one, bro.
Like LeBron's like, I choose this person, and Giannis, I choose this person. LeBron, I choose this person.
Oh my God.
LeBron got AD, Luka, Russ, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard,
James Harden,
Ben
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard. Oh man, Team Giannis is getting smoked tonight.
Man, Devin Booker's man.
Think about it. That's LeBron. Hey Jill, how you doing? That's LeBron, AD, Dame, Ben Simmons, Luka, James Harden.
Yeah, they about to get smoked.
Team Giannis is getting smoked tonight. Team Giannis is getting smoked by Team LeBron. I'm listening to Giannis.
They got so many shooters on that team,
I'm listening
man.
to Giannis roster like, wait a minute, how did LeBron get to pick his roster first?
I don't know, maybe LeBron paid somebody off to get those players, bro.
Yeah, Team Giannis getting ready to get smoked tonight. That's all there is to it. LeBron's roster is stacked. That's a stacked roster, bruh. That's a crazy roster. He got all the good players in the league, basically.
Yeah.
How you got Dame coming off the bench? Ben Simmons coming off the bench. Chris Paul coming off the bench. What? And Giannis got Pascal Siakam and...
I'm surprised Kyrie Irving's not an all-star this year.
Well, did Kyrie play a lot this year?
No, not really.
Yes, he probably didn't play a lot this year. I couldn't see. Well, no, I could see LeBron taking it. LeBron, I think him and LeBron have kind of made amends after the breakup. You imagine that breakup never happened and they both were still here?
We would have had 3 more championships.
I mean, especially this year with Golden State being out of it. That's what we should have kept David Griffin. That's what we should have done. Should have kept David Griffin.
But we didn't want to do that, Kev.
Okay, that's cool. Whatever. All right, so we had some XFL. So now listen, did you see Matt McGloin?
Yeah.
Did you see? Matt McGloin First of all, they talked to Matt McGloin. Matt McGloin threw 2 first-half interceptions. Matt McGloin looked terrible yesterday playing for the New York Guardians.
He did.
He looked terrible.
He did.
And they asked him at halftime what needs to happen, and my man said, we need to change the whole offensive game plan. Everything needs to change, the whole game plan. And they said, well, we're not going to change the whole game plan, but here's what we will do. We'll change the quarterback. And Matt McGloin came out for the second half and was benched. And then one of the worst parts about it is he's in the XFL. Now you got to talk to the press. You still got to talk to the press. You got to talk to the media. So right after he's benched, he's on the sideline. He's got to do an interview. Oh, that's got to suck, man. That's got to suck. Oh, they said Jennifer Hudson did a Kobe tribute before. Before
she sung.
Okay. All right, Jennifer. Shout out.
I'm not really her fan. I'm a big fan of Jennifer Hudson.
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't like her.
You don't like Jennifer Hudson? I mean, I don't know. I don't.
I mean,
I'm not
that whole thing with that WWE wrestler,
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what happened with Jennifer Hudson in the wrestling?
No, it was just he was just trying to get custody of his son because.
Wait, hold, time out, stop, back up. Jennifer Hudson had a baby with a WWE wrestler?
Yeah, David Otunga.
Who the heck is David Otunga?
He was like a former WWE wrestler.
Did he have a name?
No.
It was just David Otunga?
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is. None. Okay, so they had a thing, and what happened?
Well, he was just trying to get custody of his son and whatnot, and she was like, no, and everything.
Like full custody?
Yeah, full custody because Jennifer Hudson wasn't allegedly Jennifer Hudson wasn't treating her son right, and whatnot, and yeah.
God, you know what, man? I would hope that if I ever got divorced, I would hope that it would be civil. I really would hope that. That really is something terrible. That's really something terrible when you have to go through that. I would hope that would be, you know what I'm saying? Like we could just keep it civil and not be at odds at each other's throats. I would hope we could do that. I hear so many stories about that. It's like, ugh. God, I would hate to see that happen. Well, it's just one of them things, man. You want things to go well, but sometimes they don't go well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know what you do, but I do know Team Giannis is getting smoked tonight. That much I know. It ain't gonna be pretty. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a bad look for Team Giannis tonight. You should have picked better, Giannis. That's all I gotta say to you. All right. So that's gonna do it for us, man. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank you to Rammel Arnold from the Warrensville Hts Tigers. Thank you to Hailey Weaver from the Solon Comets for coming on. We appreciate you guys. Go watch the All-Star game, man. If you ain't watching it already.
Well, it's not gonna be interesting.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week. And again, we are going to be working on top 25 for baseball. So some of you guys out there listening might get a follow from us on Twitter, Instagram, something like that. You never know. We'll try to make it happen. All right, man. For Eli Robinson, for Phil Rucker, my name is Kevin Hanley. This is the Choir Brothers Sports Show. Eli, what's the name of the song?
The name of the song is called The Road by Serious Beats. This is the Choir Brothers Sports Show on One Unit Media Network.
We'll see you guys next Sunday. Peace.